I want to talk about when is this war going to end, but before we even talk about that, in safer place. So let's first of all begin with the current situation. We have had several waves of ballistic missiles launched into Israel. So far, over 370 ballistic missiles were launched into Israel from Iran and also from Yemen. And we have a death toll of, I do want to verify that, we have a death toll of 23 people killed, 592 injured, 10 of them are in serious condition. Please keep them in your prayers. And yeah, more than 30 impact sites. So the Home Front Command said that for every 40 to 50 ballistic missiles launched into Israel, there are some.
Welcome to my space. If this is your first time in this channel, please like, comment, and share. I have beautiful content that will inspire and entertain you. So, relax.
That actually hit between 8 to 10. That is why it's super important to stay in a bomb shelter, in a safe room. In Israel, every modern building, every modern house is required by law to have a bomb shelter. But some of the victims did not have bomb shelters in their building, but every neighborhood has bomb shelters as well. So from what I understand, it looks like they did not go to the bomb shelter, and that's why they became victims, unfortunately. But all of that is happening while Khamenei is right now in bunker, under the ground, hiding, begging for his life, while the Israeli Prime Minister is visiting sites in public. He's running this war, and we also saw that there were really weird flights leaving Iran, leaving Tehran, but then all of a sudden the radar stops recording where the flight is going. So it is believed, again, it's not confirmed, but definitely the regime officials have plans to flee Iran, and that could definitely lead to a new reality in Iran, a new beginning, a new future. So this is really dramatic, especially because everything that we see, all the biblical prophecies that are happening in the Bible, we see that we should expect wars. Things are going to look bad, but we always know how the story is going to end. So let's never forget that Israel is going to win in the end. And as Prime Minister said himself, there is going to be a price to pay, but we don't have any other choice. We don't have the luxury of continuing business as usual while seeing Iran getting ready to nuke us, basically. So why did Israel launch this war? Prime Minister Netanyahu actually said in an interview with Fox News that the reason that Israel launched this war is because they have two goals: to remove a dual existential threat. Number one is seeing that Iran was going to obtain nuclear weapon. Prime Minister Netanyahu said that they were, listen carefully, they were weeks away from obtaining between 6 to 9 nuclear bombs if they had all the material that they needed. But if they were making the decision to militarize it, then it was a matter of weeks. So Israel launched this preemptive attack in the 12th hour, basically the last hour, to stop them before obtaining nuclear weapon. The Israeli intelligence actually shows that and again, it's really amazing because Netanyahu said that the shared intelligence between Trump and Netanyahu, Israel and America is very close, very tight. It really shows that, you know, you really need two strong leaders. We could not have asked for better leaders to run this existential war, by the way, not just of Israel's, but of the whole world, because they don't have a problem with just Israel. In fact, the Islamic regime calls Israel the little Satan. We're not even the big Satan. Who is the big Satan? The United States of America. every morning. And I spoke with Iranian people. They told me that this is true. Every morning in school, you have to chant, death to Israel, death to America, and then you start your day. This is how they brainwash their own people, who, by the way, refuse to be brainwashed. So you see that the Islamic regime does not have the support of the people. That is why they're in big trouble, and that is why the Russian President Putin actually had a phone call with Khamenei and warned him, if you don't stop this war, you are risking the continuation of your regime. Which, if you ask me, this is great news. We don't want, I don't want to see this regime and if we are at war, we want to finish the job. So reason number one, I told you, Israel started this preemptive attack because they saw that Iran was going to obtain nuclear weapon. And not only that, the intelligence showed that they were going to give nuclear weapon to the Houthis, to their proxies. So think how insane this is. It's not just a terrorist country that wants to obtain nuclear weapon with the clear intent to destroy Israel. I mean, this is not me saying it. They say themselves that this is their intentions. But on top of that, they were going to give nuclear weapon to radical terrorists, terror organizations, to give nuclear weapon to their hands. Just think about the insane reality that it would completely change the whole world, take the Middle East out of balance, and this is something that Israel could not accept at all. So this is reason number one why Israel launched this preemptive attack. Reason number two is because they saw that Iran was going to increase the number of ballistic missiles they have and basically accelerate their capabilities. So with the goal of having 20 to 30,000 ballistic missiles. Netanyahu said that no country can deal with something like that. No aerial defenses can actually deal with this insane amount of ballistic missiles. Again, a ballistic missile is something in the size of a bus. It can take down a whole building. So now when we're seeing that the Islamic regime is targeting Israel with ballistic missiles, and you see the damage the impact that it has on buildings, on lives, just try to imagine if they had tens of thousands of these ballistic missiles. So this is also an existential threat, not just the nuclear threat, but also them having tens of thousands of ballistic missiles. It's not something that Israel was ready to live with. So they actually, and you see very clearly how precise the Israeli Air Force is targeting the regime's military sites, factories, nuclear scientists. I saw that some people were accusing Israel and saying, well, you say that you only attack military sites. What about nuclear scientists? If Hitler was in power and the Allied forces would take out his nuclear scientists, no one would say a word about that because they partake in this murderous regime. That is the reason. But what you see right now in Iran, it's actually really amazing. Number one, above the ground, you see that the Israeli Air Force pretty much has control over all of the skies of Iran, with the farthest strike ever since the war began took place in Mashhad, which is 2,300 kilometers away from Israel. This is, I don't know the exact number in miles, I might put it on the screen, but this is, imagine the map of Israel, the map of Iran. This is the farthest point in Iran, bordering with Turkmenistan. So the Israeli Air Force was able to get there and strike a fueling military aircraft off the Islamic regime, basically sending them a message that if you are even going to dare to challenge our fighter jets, you will face a much bigger problem. So we saw that happening. Like I said, Israel dominates the skies in Iran completely. This report that you're seeing, by the way, he's completely historic, completely, you know, people would, if you would see a report like this, you know, a month ago, you would imagine that it's fiction.